Good evening, I'm Lisa Broom. This is the CBC Evening News. There's concern tonight about the safety of tourists and members of the public using the Accra Beach. It follows burglaries at two establishments on the kiosk boardwalk there over the weekend, where bandits got away with cash, alcoholic beverages and even a flat-screen television. Police are investigating the incident. Shane Seeley has the story.
Bandits broke the locks on the doors of Chicken George Beach Bar, entered, and when they left, they got away with an undisclosed sum of money and hundreds of dollars in drinks. And they also hit the Rock Beach Bar just a few meters away. Now, while the owners of the establishments are very concerned about the burglaries, they are even more worried about the safety of visitors and members of the public that use the area, especially at night.
According to Randolph Victor, better known as Chicken George Jr., there's been no security here over the last few months. He also blames the hit on the lack of lighting on the kiosk boardwalk.
We're supposed to got this light here working at the front of the bar and another light working as well, you know? And these are not working and they're leaving us very vulnerable to any person that come off the beach. Basically, I take it upon myself to put this light up here, you know, so that the lighting system will be more efficient when me and my family and other guests are around.
According to reports, the burglars also tried to get into another nearby shop, but were unsuccessful. Other business owners spoke to me off camera, calling on the authorities to take urgent action to address the absence of security. As for Chicken George Jr., he says the burglary is a major setback.
They hit us out of, you know, X amount of dollars, over $2,000 in drinks and, you know, undisclosed sum of money as well. You know, and it's a major setback for me because I got to be up to date with the rent, I got to be up to date with the bills that need to be currently paid.
Chicken George Jr. fears that if something is not done about the situation, it would drive him out of business, and that's not only bad news for him, but the small staff that he employs. I'm Shane Seeley for CBC News.
Shane, thanks. One person is in custody assisting police with investigations into a major car racket. Confirmation of this from Police Public Relations Officer Inspector David Welch. He says this stems from reports by a car dealership and a finance company about suspected fraudulent activity. Media reports have recently suggested that a scam had been uncovered involving persons securing loans for vehicles which they did not have. Some of those vehicles were also allegedly reported stolen. And a man is in police custody following the latest house fire. Police have not yet released the man's name, but he was held after the fire of suspicious origin broke out in a National Housing Corporation unit in Eden Lodge housing area. Two adjoining units were also damaged by the fire. Quick action by the Barbados Fire Service, along with two water tenders, quickly brought the situation under control. Investigations are continuing. A new tissue culture lab at the National Conservation Commission has created additional export potential and several other opportunities for Barbados. The facility was officially opened this morning by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of the Environment and Drainage, Edison Allen. One of the primary benefits of the tissue culture program is its ability to produce a large number of plants in a short space of time. Mr. Allen gave some idea of the lab's capability and how it can be used.
The lab has the capacity to produce 40,000 to 50,000 plants annually. That's a big set. The NCC looks forward to utilizing the lab to produce a wide range of plants for nurseries, landscaping companies, and those in the agricultural sector at a much faster and more economical rate. It would also offer the NCC an opportunity to share the technology with schools, the University of the West Indies, and any other entity that has an interest as part of its education outreach program.
Tissue culture specialist Ashton Pollard, who trained several NCC employees in the various techniques and processes, hopes its potential will be maximized.
This would involve schools, farmers, community college people, people at the Polytechnic, people into agricultural programs. It offers new opportunities. It offers creation of jobs. It also offers exportation of plants, if you can get that far.
The lab was opened as part of the NCC's activities for National Arbor Day. It was followed by a tree planting ceremony. 3 trees were planted by NCC officials, assisted by students from several schools. And on this Arbor Day, some on the coast didn't let the opportunity pass to go green. The Environmental Committee at Oceans 2 Hotel got their hands sandy as they planted sea grape trees as part of their Arbor Day activities, which also involved tourists. Operations Manager Paul Cullimore told CBC planting the trees on the beach helps to minimize beach erosion.
Beach erosion sometimes is something that is on the look, and I think that we, in terms of looking at it from a national tourism standpoint, this is where our visitors spend most of their time during the day with perfect weather, and we just looking at it in anticipation of any event of their high tides that we can, hold on to the beach as well.
Arbor Day is an internationally recognized event, and Mr. Cullimore says this is the 2nd year they took part in activities. Today was also chosen since it falls on the anniversary of Hurricane Janet's passing in 1955. He says this year, Ocean 2 did things differently.
This year what we decided to do was to plant it on the beach so that we also provide shade and we provide a local fruit for our visitors and guests alike. And then at the same time, anticipating erosion, that we have something there to hold on to the beach as well.
Transport Minister Michael Lashley fully supports the Transport Board adding locally manufactured buses to its fleet. Right now, the board needs 110 buses and has invited expressions of interest. He says that process recently concluded and the board now has to make a decision. Mr. Lashley says, however, the board cannot buy all the buses it needs at one time and will have to do it in phases. And he supports at least some of these buses being provided locally once they meet set safety standards.
We can import chassis and we can ask 10 or 15 body workshops to build the bodies upon these chassis, and which would really open up a new form of business person, the existing ones, and it would really support employment, give an opportunity, employment opportunities, safe foreign exchange. So that is the way we're looking at. But as I said before, given the fact that we want to integrate with the private sector, there will be a need to phase these buses in, because we're hoping that the private sector can also assist. Government cannot do it alone.
A man collapsed and died this morning at St. Stephen's Hill, St. Michael. He's been identified as 44-year-old Wendell Porter of the neighbouring Ellerslie School Road, St. Stephen's, St. Michael. Porter, a security guard, was on his way home when he collapsed around 9:55. A unit from the Barbados Ambulance Service responded, but he died at the scene. Investigations are continuing and a post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. We'll have more news ahead in just a moment, but first we want to hear from you on the question, is enough being done to make popular public places safe? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the result for you at the end of the news.
In concert with community, in harmony with humanity, feeling the rhythm, hearing the rhyme, moving to the beat of the time. Goddard Enterprises giving back, proud to be giving back, caring and sharing and serving and giving back. Across the region, Goddard Enterprises giving back.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
We're back with news that the Barbados Agricultural Development and Marketing Corporation wants to increase exports of its manufactured products. Word of this from the BADMC's acting CEO, Glendine Bartlett. She says this will help the association's sales revenue to recover from just under $9 million to the pre-2002 state of $20 million. Ms. Bartlett was speaking during the association's 21st anniversary service at the Westmoreland Church of the Nazarene.
We have opened a meat shop at Princess Alice, which offer local meats and other local value-added products at the highest standard. We have developed and branded our own value-added products, and these are now available in supermarkets. We have exported small amounts of flour, which was developed by our food promotion, and we are seeking to expand on this in the next year. This should bring some valuable foreign exchange.
The acting CEO is encouraging staff of that entity to be more innovative in their duties. She notes the 21st anniversary signifies the corporation's ability to overcome various challenges in the face of adversity.
We have seen a reduction in staff from over 600 to the present count of 135, but we have continued to strive to fulfill the mandate that was given, that is the development of non-sugar agriculture. We have continued to provide infrastructure to the farming communities for them to maintain their farming enterprises.
A one-year-old girl is suffering from neurological conditions, and the St. Joseph Parish Committee is appealing for help. Coordinator of the appeal for Anaya Small, Katrina Hoyt, estimates they've collected $5,000 from St. Joseph residents so far. She says there will be other activities to give the wider public a chance to donate to little Anaya.
Anaya has been suffering from incontractable seizures. She would have been a patient at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for a while, and medical assistance was sought for her overseas at a hospital in Texas, and that's where she is right now. So far she would have undergone 2 surgeries, and now she's having therapy to assist with her condition.
The Alexandra Secondary School has reached 120 years of existence, and its future looks bright. This from Principal Orson Allen as he was speaking at the anniversary service at the St. Peter's Parish Church. Mr. Allen says the school has a recognized presence in the parish and is not to be excluded from any future developmental plans.
A self-renewal which speaks to our quest to positively impact the lives of many hundreds of young people and adults. We also intend to take pride of place in this beautiful town of Speightstown. We have adopted the phrase, there is no Speightstown without Alexandra. We therefore say to the planners, developers, crafters and designers, and entrepreneurs of this town, we will not be excluded from your plans for redevelopment or revitalization of Speightstown.
Former student and a teacher at the school, Linda Barrow, says the school has been founded on Christian principles and based on these values has been successful.
We continue to encourage our students and staff to exemplify decency, dignity, decorum, hard work, and determination. With these values, we proceed each day with our motto guiding us, per ardua ad astra, through difficulties to the stars. In closing, the words of the late Glencora Titus, a former principal, so aptly sum up this point in our history, and I quote, "Over the years, the members of this school have contributed to the fabric of Barbadian society."
Another long-serving primary school principal has officially retired. Staff and friends bid farewell to Wendy Antrobus of St. John's Primary and to former janitor at the school, Sylvia Trotman, during a retirement function for the two over the weekend. After 42 years in the service, Ms. Antrobus stressed the need to work with parent-teacher associations as a critical measure to address the needs of students.
I enjoy working with PTAs Once PTAs do not try to rival the school, but collaborate and work together, I was always there to assist and to help you along the way, because we were working towards the same goal, and that is of helping our children to achieve.
The new principal at St. John's Primary is Omita Hines. She thanked both Ms. Antrobus and Ms. Trotman for helping her during the transition period and to cope with the challenges of the new job.
Even though the building and the school and the plant itself would be of age, yet still she was able to make it what it was. And I'm privileged to be able to take over after her. She greatly assisted me in the smooth transition into the St. John's Primary School family, and I thank her for this. Mrs. Trotman is similar, filled a different role, but she became like a mother to me.